Coming up next on the Jeff Crilley Show, we're going to be talking to the president of the Ebby Halliday Companies. It's a legendary real estate company here in the DFW area, and they're into Oklahoma. Her incredible journey just ahead.
Many are predicting that the worst is yet to come, which is unfortunate, said one person here. Until now, they've enjoyed the reputation of being the nation's icebox.
Watched a burglar in his home this morning by webcam.
As a journalist of over 25 years, stories are what make my world turn.
Reporting live from the Dallas newsroom tonight, Jeff Crilley, Fox 4 News.
But in 2008, I took the jump from my familiar life and started a PR firm from my home.
We're talking about anyone with a camcorder like the one I'm using becomes a television network.
We started slowly growing the company, and we now have over 100 clients, and we've branched into the world of live digital broadcasting. I now own 8 different TV studios and have a huge team, and the stories that I now get to share are sometimes the most important of my life. Life has a funny way of coming around full circle. This is the Jeff Crilley Show.
Well, I had a chance to interview some amazing people during my my news career, 25 years, and one of my favorite interviews is with Ebby Halliday, legendary realtor, really pioneer in Dallas when it comes to real estate. And joining me in studio is Betsy Cameron. She's the president of the Ebby Halliday Companies. Thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me.
Yes. Well, first of all, I want to know about your real estate journey, because this actually starts when you're a little kid.
That's right. That's right. I started in the backseat of my mother's car, delivering contracts and keys to houses and holding open houses with her. My job was to make sure that all the lights in the house were on and turn them off too at the end of the open house. But yeah, it just started out when I was little. And, I always laugh and said I would never get into the business, and now here I sit. So never say never, right?
And you took over in January, so this is relatively recent.
Yes, this is recent. I've been with the company for about 6 years, with Ebby Halliday Companies for about 6 years, and started as a sales leader and overseeing some operations of the business, and then moved fully into operations, and now here I sit.
Well, let's talk a little bit about your founder. So we're going to put up on the screen a picture of a young Ebby. She was truly a pioneer. I think you were telling me she started out selling hats and then moved into real estate.
Yes.
So tell me about Ebby. You didn't get a chance to meet her.
I didn't, but I will say this, that we have an organization full of people that knew her very well. They've been here for many, many years. And so I've had the privilege of hearing the stories about Ebby. And one of my favorite is when they referenced that when you were talking to Ebby, it was as if you were the only person in the room. She truly, listened. She was a listener.
And she passed at 104, which is incredible, and she still would go into work.
Go into work, and I heard she was a crazy driver and all kinds of things. So.
She really set a tone for the company that is still alive today. Mm-hmm. Humility.
Yeah, it's humility, and I will say it's, service to the community, service to the client, and service to the industry. Those were the 3 pillars that Ebby really was founded on, and everything we do follows those 3 pillars.
And this is a very competitive market. I can't think of a more competitive real estate market than Dallas-Fort Worth. So there's a lot of different, competitors. What do you think sets you guys apart?
I would say culture, most definitely. Culture and support of our agents, and really making sure that we deliver an elevated experience for the client is very important to us. And so culture is our number one. Education too is a really big one for us. We want to make sure that our agents are educated, and there's so many changes, especially over the past couple of years, that have come down. So making sure our agents are informed. Oftentimes they're the ones educating on the other side of the transaction.
Right.
So that's a very important piece.
Well, you made a video a few months ago. It's aimed at agents. Let's go ahead and roll that.
Hi, I'm Betsy Cameron, president of the Ebby Halliday Companies. If you're considering a career in real estate or looking for a brokerage that truly supports your growth, you've come to the right place. At the Ebby Halliday Companies, we pride ourselves on offering unparalleled support and services from our home office to each of our branch locations. You'll never be alone here. We have the people, tools, and resources to back you at every stage of your business. We're passionate about education and growth. Whether it's hands-on training, mentorship, or personalized coaching, we invest in your success from day one. And when it comes to technology, we make sure you have everything you need to work smarter, not harder. Our integrated tools, from CRM systems to marketing automation, are designed to make you more efficient and effective. What truly sets us apart is our reputation and legacy. For over 80 years, we've been a trusted name in residential real estate. And as part of Berkshire Hathaway's Home Services of America, our agents benefit from both local legacy and global reach. But above all, it's our culture and community that make the biggest impact. We believe in collaboration over competition. We lead with integrity, serve with heart, and stay true to our founding principles: service to the client, service to the community, and service to the industry. If you're ready to grow, to be inspired, and to build something meaningful, I invite you to experience the Ebby Halliday Companies difference.
We were talking right before the show, and one of the qualities that you look for in new agents is empathy. Mm-hmm. Talk about why that's so important.
Well, I think there's so many real estate throughout the transaction is that high emotions, high stakes, one of the largest financial investments a client can make. And so there are a lot of emotions involved. And so as an agent, you really have to be able to manage through that, almost be a psychologist at some point, sometimes. But that's super important to be empathetic.
Yeah. And you're getting rock stars from other companies, but I imagine as part of the interview process, does this person fit our culture?
Yes, and one of the things that we do is rely on our own agents to help us identify talent to come to the company. That is something that we rely heavily on because they know our culture. Yes. And they know who will fit within the office, and they want to be able to work with like-minded colleagues.
Yes. And one of the things you guys have been doing for decades is the Ebby Awards. We're going to show some video from your most recent celebration. Tell us about the Ebbies.
Yes, this is a fantastic opportunity that we get to come together and celebrate our agents and all of the hard work and time and effort that they put in throughout the year. And so this is very important to us to be able to honor them.
And you were telling me before the show, one of your favorite things is to actually get out in the field with the agents.
Yes.
So what are some, I know you have a background in special education. What is it about the teaching piece that, jazzes you?
I've said this before, and I've said this to our agents, but one of the greatest joys I can have is when I can coach somebody to their goals so that they can reach what they're wanting to reach as far as success, and what does success look like, and how can I help you, how can I support you to get you there. And that is absolutely what gets me out of bed every single day.
Sure. And during good times and bad times, because
that's right.
It's easy to sell a home when it stays on the market for like a day and you're getting multiple offers above listing. Tell us about the market right now.
We're seeing a little bit of an increase in inventory, which is good. We're still not at a super robust supply, but we are seeing a little bit of an increase in inventory, which is helpful. Rates at the top of the year, they were predicting maybe 3 cuts throughout the year. Now they're saying possibly 1 towards the end of the year. Yes. So that'll keep it still a little bit challenging of a market. But I will say that we are still seeing multiple offers, location, condition, all of those things still remain. And so if you're in the right location and have the right condition of property, then you will see movement.
I mean, some of the headwinds you're fighting is that many people locked in at 3% and 4%. Yeah. And so they're not anxious to take on a mortgage in the 7s.
Right.
So
what they call the lock-in effect, right?
Yeah.
And so, but what we like to say too is that life still happens, People get married, people get divorced, people have children, children move back in, like my son moved back in for a short period of time. So life happens. So you still see, that's why we still continue to see sales move.
We're going to pull up the website, and as we scroll down the website, let's talk about all of the ways that you support your agents. You mentioned technology in that video. How are you making life easier for the agent?
We're really taking a look at AI and what it can do to help the transaction through the transaction. So making sure whatever tools we have built-in AI that can help make it easier and more efficient. So a lot of our tools just looking to see how effective are they and how can we make it easier for the agent to do business.
Yes. We're going to show some video from our library of Dallas-Fort Worth homes. And when I'm talking to people about, the national numbers, we always see the national numbers, but that's national and Dallas are different.
Yes.
This is a very special place to call home, isn't it?
Absolutely. We have over 400 people a day moving to the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. I mean, that's huge.
Yes.
And pro-business climate, and arts and entertainment and ease to the airport. All of those things are what bring people here, and how proud I am to be a part of this community.
Absolutely. Yeah. In fact, when I first came to Dallas in '92, we were market number 8. We're now market number 4. And there are a lot of people who think in the next few years we'll replace Chicago.
Yeah.
It's the third largest market.
Yeah.
Pretty incredible.
Yeah, I know, right?
Talk about your leadership style. And who did you learn from to develop the style that you have now?
Quite a few people had a handle in that, but my mom obviously was my first mentor in the business. And then along the way, Linda Lita, who was a broker owner, I used to work for her in the summers when I came home from college, and then managers along the way, and just everybody, really a lot of people, not just one. What's so great about that is you can take all of the great qualities about all the different leaders and meld them into one and really move forward with that. So.
Okay, we've got about 2 minutes left, Betsy, so look into the camera on the left and talk to the person who's thinking about buying or selling a home, and they've just been waiting for the right market conditions. What do you want to say to that person?
I would say that, first of all, to work with an agent that is very knowledgeable and can educate you on what is actually going on in the market. Be able to advise you on what steps you need to take, what path that is, whether it's to buy now or wait. There are a lot of different components that go into that decision. And so really having somebody that can, a knowledgeable agent to help guide you through that process is the most important piece. And they can identify, like I said, what the next steps are.
Well, congratulations on your success. I see nothing but blue skies ahead for you. And thank you for sharing your heart and your wisdom with us. We're going to end with the website, which is ebby.com. The great Betsy Cameron. Thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you.
You bet. That's it for now. We'll see you next time.